panel, right, of critical care. Well, to have a COVID conversation, we got critical care physician Dr. Lakshman Swamy and also CEO Totos Medical. We have Gerald Commission here to discuss the new COVID treatment options. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It's a pleasure to have you. So I want to play a clip, right, of Dr. Anthony Fauci speaking about what's next for this pill. Let's listen.
So the issue now is that the FDA has authorized it in an emergency use authorization. The trick now over the next several weeks to months is to get enough of these to make them widely available for those who need it.
All right, Gerald, widely available, right? Make this pill widely available. Let's talk about how is this going to be a difficult task in terms of getting this treatment out to folks who truly need it once this pill is approved?
Sure. So the pill has been approved as of now. And yes, there's going to be a couple different challenges. One, Pfizer's got some manufacturing challenges, so they don't have large quantities of the pill. So they're looking to ramp up production. They say they're going to be able to get 80 to 100 million doses next year, or courses of treatment. Of course, the problem is going to be every country on the planet is going to want them. So how many are they going to allocate to the U.S.? And then two, the second big challenge is those pills that have been approved so far, they have to be taken within 5 days of a positive test for symptoms, once you're symptomatic within 5 days. So those, because of the testing lines that we're seeing and the long turnaround time, that's going to be a challenge. We have a pill that is in development now that kind of covers a longer stage. So not just within 5 days, but we treat all the way into the hospital. It has the same mechanism as Pfizer's, but it also has anti-cytokine mechanism. It's called Tolovir. We think that could help solve some of those issues. But certainly for the outpatient setting, all of the, getting a test and then having the treatment is a challenge if you have to do it within a certain window.
Yeah, and thank you for making that correction. Yesterday, Pfizer's COVID pill was approved. Today, Merck's pill was approved. Doctor, let's talk about, are these pills only for unvaccinated folks?
Thanks. I think they're not only for unvaccinated folks. I think that's important to know, but far and away, the benefit is going to be for those unvaccinated people because they're the ones at risk of actually really getting sick and dying. So, if you're already vaccinated, especially if you're boosted, you already have a great deal of protection from not necessarily getting infected, but certainly from getting hospitalized, getting sick, becoming one of my patients. So, I think that on the one hand, the benefit is going to be greater for the unvaccinated, but hopefully they're available for everyone because everyone wants the most protection they can get. And there's a lot of my patients who, although vaccinated and boosted, maybe they are immunosuppressed, maybe they're really elderly, and that vaccine protection isn't quite as strong. So I really don't want to draw lines of who should or shouldn't have access to these medicines.
Yeah, doctor, you're actually in my home state of Boston, and you all are seeing a surge in cases there as well. Are you concerned that folks are going to opt out of getting the vaccine and just instead decide to take this pill if they get infected?
I'll tell you, I'm concerned about the fact that people already are downplaying the need for vaccines with Omicron. They're saying, oh, look, people aren't getting that sick. And I think that really misses the point. I think we are going to see people, as we've always seen, who aren't vaccinated, who become critically ill and who die. That's what I see all the time. So first of all, I'm worried that people who already aren't vaccinated are going to find just one more reason to avoid it. I'm really worried about that. I'll tell you what I'm also worried about. I'm worried that people who are wondering, when are these boosters going to end? When are these vaccines going to end? I've done my part. I've gotten my shots. I'm also worried about that contingent growing, where they're going to say, maybe I don't need any more shots. And I got to say, in the end, we need everyone to get vaccinated.
Yeah, absolutely. Gerald, what concerns you, sir?
Well, look, I agree. I think these pills need to be widely available. I think the biggest issue is going to be supply because, as you see with Omicron, even if you're vaccinated, sometimes even if you're boosted, you can get infected. Obviously, everybody is going to want the treatment for themselves. That's just the nature of this kind of game-changing set of treatments. So it's just a matter of quantity. And really, the government needs to get behind. If there are effective pills that are coming out, the government needs to get behind their manufacturing and support it. And then once we have enough for the US population, then you can go out. I think the whole question of getting vaccinated, if somebody wanted to get vaccinated already, as far as I can tell, they have plenty of opportunity. They haven't done it yet. There seems to be some philosophical or ideological counter argument to that. There was a lot of uptake of the antibody treatments among the unvaccinated, and that, that kind of helped stem that tide. Hopefully these oral antivirals can really add to that. But absolutely, get vaccinated, get that base immunity out there. And we have to really think about ways to reach those who are not vaccinated. And I think these pills actually will encourage say, look, there are solutions. The pharmaceutical industry is not against us. They're looking for alternatives, but it's going to take time because, as we know, everyone criticized how quickly the vaccines were developed. These pills took more time, right? And they have good data. They don't seem to have any long-term side effects. So I think that, if as people get more comfortable with the vaccine, not necessarily having those long-term side effects, and now pills, we can start to get back to normal if we start to layer in these areas of protection.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for such an insightful conversation. Happy holidays, and we look forward to welcoming you back. House Majority Whip Jim Clyburn